Happy Halloween, horror fans, and welcome to another episode of Holiday Horror, where Ricky and I show you that there's always a horror in every one of these fucking holidays. And this is kind of a little special one. This is one of Ricky's favorites. My other partner in crime here. Ricky, how you doing tonight?
What up, Joe the Psychologist? Happy Halloween, horror fiends. Thanks for joining in this special holiday horror episode featuring Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. This film, man, you mentioned it's one of my favorites. This is absolutely in my top 10. I adore this film. And I really dislike how people, like push it to the side because Michael Myers isn't in it. I think that's a little ignorant in my opinion. Because there's a really good film underneath it all. So, yeah, let's dive in, man. I'm ready to get spooky.
All right, and with that, kids, tonight we're going to be discussing Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch, released in 1982. Written and directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, and it stars Tom Atkins as Dr. Dan Challis, Stacy Nelkin as Ellie Gimbridge, and Dan O'Hurley, hopefully I said that right, as Conal Chochran. Yeah, so you know how you said that little thing in the beginning? I was one of those. I was one of those that did pass up on this. I did see it when it came out and then just forgot about it for years. And thankfully to AMC, who come October, it's like horror all day. This one kept being on replay, and it was one of those as if almost the Silver Shamrock Novelties company was getting me. Because the more I kept watching it, I had to start piecing this movie together. And then I finally watched it all once. So watching it uninterrupted, honestly, the first time was the first time uninterrupted, mine out of my head. To do this, I was like, I'm gonna do this to watch uninterrupted. I've only seen it on TV with commercials, mostly at work, so that's why I had to watch it fragmented. And I definitely became I got it turned me around. It is not with, Michael, but Michael is in there. I love the whole meta of how they just show you that the movie Halloween is actually just the movie Halloween. There's no scary Michael Meyer here. Um, but interestingly enough, as I said, the Silver Shamrock Novelties company, that fucking jingle, I can't tell if it's irritating, if it's catchy.
Oh no, it's great.
I was doing the dishes before we went to tape this, and the song just went. I wasn't even thinking about it. The melody came in my head, and I'm like, "Oh no, it's catching me."
I loved how much it like irritated Dr. Chalice. Like every
And
time
I
it
can
came
get
on,
it.
change the damn channel. Or when he was, trying to hit some skin, he's like, this damn commercial again.
But, when I watched it before, I didn't know the intent, and then watching it, like I said, uninterrupted, total, you can understand what it's for. And, it's another one, yes, there's a little message in there, but that's the message kind of is around the same messages from, movies during that time, and I like the way it was done. And it took a, you know, cherished holiday for kids where they wanna put masks on and celebrate, the holiday and turn this into this whole entire horror. And, like, that was the thing as I'm watching it, like, you have 2 bad guys here. It's the Silver Shamrock Novelties Company, and obviously, we'll get more into, Cochran, but, and these masks, and, I mean, honestly, like, would you have bought one of these masks? Like, would you have given in to the commercial
Yeah, of
and sat
course.
there? Yeah, see, I would not have.
Gotta
It wouldn't have
understand,
got
man.
me.
Like, if you look at the quality of those masks, it's like comparing it to like a Ben Cooper mask. If you're not aware, the Ben Cooper masks are the ones that are just a little plastic mask with a little rubber band snaps behind your back, and it's got like the
They
little.
still sell
It's
those?
almost like like an apron for Of course, I mean, come on. Well, I know I
They were
do.
popular when we were
I do
kids.
collect the NECA figures that are actually based on the Ben Cooper Halloween costume designs,
Oh, nice.
but you got Ben Cooper on one end, but then you got Don Post. Now those Halloween masks were fully detailed and fleshed out, and they looked almost like lifelike. So that's what these masks reminded me of in this film, like a down postmaster. So if you saw a kid wearing this, you know they had money, especially back growing up. So
Yeah.
the what is it? The witch, the skeleton, and the pumpkin. Man, those three
Mm.
are awesome, iconic, so memorable. And I'm surprised you didn't pick up on this when you first watched it, because the Silver Shamrock Company, yes, Cochran does dabble into the occult,
Yeah.
witchcraft, and that's what this movie, that's the underlying villain in this whole entire movie is. And I know you love that
Mhm.
subgenre. So I'm surprised, like, at first you were kind of like dismissive of the film because there was no Michael, because underneath it all, though, it's right up your alley, bro.
It is. That's why I must admit, when I was catching it up on, on TV, I'm like, "Witchcraft? I don't remember witchcraft from it." And I'm like, "Well, you kinda said, 'Fuck this movie,' it didn't have Michael in it." And then as I'm watching it last night, because I have to say, last night was the first time I actually caught them showing Michael, so I laughed. I was like,
Well, how
"Oh,
many
c
times you seen this movie? Don't tell me this was like
d
the second time you saw it, bro.
like, to say I just said it, yeah, from beginning to end, this is the second time
Yo,
I've seen
give
it.
me your
I've seen
horror
it no
card. Give me your horror
well,
card.
no, I
What
have
the
seen
fuck
it,
is wrong
though
with you,
I've
bro?
seen it multiple times through the years, but it's only because it's been on
Yeah,
during the marathon that AMC does, and I'm not gonna change it. It's part of it's going in
yeah, yeah.
order of the movies, and
Mm-hmm.
I stick to the order. So, for me, like I said, I knew when we early on discussed we were gonna do this, I said, "Save it." Literally save to discuss this movie. So that way you kind of come in as a first watch, even though I put it all together. And as I said, I got an appreciation for the movie now because now all those little tidbits that I've been catching, when I could walk back into my office or it's on later on at night and I only saw this part, now it all, but when I started hearing the witchcraft, I'm like, all right, so Ricky, for Halloween, fuck it. Let's do Halloween 3. It's got witches in it. And I'm gonna kind of come in like it's a second first watch. How about that?
Well, I mean, I'm just happy you watched it, because
And
this
I like
movie,
it.
as well as Halloween 1 and 2, obviously, this movie feels like Halloween. The atmosphere, like even when like Chalice is in the earlier parts of the film, when he's at work, he's at the hospital, everything is quiet, all the streets are quiet, it's dark, especially when you see the guy in the beginning just running. The guy is running for his life, and then you got the Chariot of Pumpkins, bro. What a fucking tune! This movie was not directed by John Carpenter. It was
Mm-mm.
Tommy Lee Wallace, one of Carpenter's right hand men during that era. But this movie was guided by Carpenter's soundtrack. This dude was
Oh,
in tune. He knew this, but he wrote the screenplay, so he knows the film and where to hit the certain beats. Even the beginning of the movie, just the opening theme with it's just a synthesizer and it's going dun, 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 and you see all the reveal of what pattern is developing, and it's that pumpkin at the very end, and just the way it was created, and the way it all just built and built and built until you see the reveal of the pumpkin, and just the music. If that doesn't remind you of Halloween,
I
like the
mean,
season, not just the film, the season, I don't know what does, man. And again, this soundtrack, man, this movie again, Carpenter did not direct it, but he directed it, because this movie, I think, is one of his best when it comes to laying down the soundscape, because he did a tremendous job of highlighting what you see on screen. It's emphasized and strengthened by the tunes that you're listening to. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just
uh,
like peanut butter and jelly. It just goes together so well, and you don't get that anymore in films today. I always complain about music, like the soundtrack now. A lot of these composers just put stuff on screen, but you leave the movie, oh, great movie, awesome movie, you forget about the score. Nothing you hear triggers anything in your mind to remind you of that. You hear the Silver Shamrock jingle. You hear the Chariot of Pumpkins. You hear these songs, Halloween 3. It just boom. And that's what Carpenter does. And he did a masterful job doing that here. So he caught the essence of the film. And going and tying this back to like the villains of this group, the Silver Shamrock Novelty Company. Oh, the fact that, and I just, this I discovered as I got older. I didn't realize that this cult, it made these masks that contained a microchip that was actually created by rock formations from fucking Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
That is something that as I got older, it clicked. I'm like, oh, that's how they got the power. So
Yes,
now, okay, now that makes a little bit more
the
sense. But
mystical forces.
yeah, it's still I got my nitpicks. I'll get into that later. But man, bro, what a setup! Mask company out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Where is this place? It's in California, right? Sensimilla, California. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in California, small town, way out again in the middle of fucking nowhere. That's this a place so small that it's run pretty much by one man. If you think about that, this guy controls
Yeah.
everyone
The
there
whole town.
essentially. It's incredible, dude. I love the fact that everything revolves around this mask making company. And that's just that it's a Halloween novelty company. They got all types of gags and whatnot. If you open up an old Creepshow magazine or old comic book from the 70s and 80s and you see that you're going through like the back pages, you can order like X-ray glasses and
Because
shit. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the kind of
That's who they
place
were.
that makes that produces it.
It was this diabolical idea to put a fucking chip in there that come 9 o'clock on Halloween, the shit's gonna melt your fucking face. So
Oh, and a
you're
swarm of
like,
insects and snakes and all
well,
types
and
of
that was
fucking
so
shit.
yes, once it melts, because I was sat there and I did like say, all right, there's a couple things I gotta check. And the way that the plan was supposed to work is that once it melts, then it bugs and snakes come out and then they kill the parents or anybody who's in the room,
Yeah, it also
basically.
kills whoever is in the
Yeah.
vicinity. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, this is fucked up, and when you're seeing all the
Using the
cities.
children. Oh,
Yes,
man.
that's what I'm saying. Every city they said, I think they studied New York, they went like Ohio, then they went California, then they went
Yep.
Louisiana. It was like it gave you the scope of
Yes,
what was
for
about
sure.
to happen and at this point the US and maybe Canada, who knows.
Yeah,
Basically, you're all these kids are all running to the store and I'm watching it and I'm like, holy shit. This is a fucked up thing that this company is doing. And again, as you said, it was when I found out about the Stonehenge part, literally on this one. I got the whole puzzle together. So now that I realized that it had mystical forces and that they
mhm.
had moved that stone from there so they can sit there and scrape it, because he's like, it's just a little bit. It just
Yeah.
needs to have a little bit to
I mean
activate it.
I mean, that is kind of, far-fetched. But hey,
Yeah,
man,
I
it's a
mean,
fucking horror movie.
well, I mean, dust. Basically, like, or you
No,
think of
not that, just
sand.
getting Stonehenge there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, first of
Jesus.
all, yeah, somehow the government, I'm pretty sure, would have been like, somebody is excavating
What the fuck?
one of the fucking rocks over here."
Oh, we got
Yeah,
some of this piece missing over here or something.
just like, yes, the movie has the inconsistencies, but it's actually
No, but it
it it
adds to the
it
charm. It's so
it adds to the
ridiculous.
charm.
You thought no further than the strange custom of having your children wear masks and go out begging for candy. It was the start of the year in our old Celtic lands, and we'd be waiting in our houses of wattles and clay. The barriers would be down, you see, between the real and the unreal.
And I love how it just took one schmo, some local guy who was just going over there to pick up his order of mass. He finds out the notorious and nefarious plans of this one Cochran gentleman.
With the music part, you did hear the basic Halloween song in there, just a
Yeah.
different variation.
Hmm.
So because at some point the intent was to turn Halloween into an anthology series, him using music that did remind me of Halloween, but
Yeah.
that's where I sat there more like something bad's about to happen because that
Yeah, that
music
was
is
the
coming
intent.
in.
You're right.
Right.
This
And
was
that is
supposed to
how these
be
were gonna connect, was
every
using
season.
is and it was gonna be awesome because the way that you would have remembered them was the music. The music would have been what would have tied the anthology series if he
Mhm.
would have made different variations. But yeah, I the soundtrack, you're right. That definitely stuck out to me when I was
Yeah.
watching the movie.
Man, we could have got more stuff that's unique, like Halloween 3. I mean, how awesome was it when you hear this? When you hear the tune of Chariot of Pumpkins. Again, I go back to the music because it's so fucking good. It's so memorable. And this guy with the fucking mask, so small. I love how it just took one guy, one guy to just pick up his order from this fucking from this from their shops, right? And he trips upon this nefarious plot to kill the children of the world and kill their parents and kill everybody, right? And this motherfucker is hauling ass, bro.
Not for nothing though, when the guy was hauling ass, you know what I did here, right? Those dogs barking. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh
that's the
shit, did
beauty
this
of
movie
this.
have these fucking are dogs about to attack?" Like, damn it, Rick! Because again,
Thank you for bringing that up because the ambience in this film. Again, I go back to my earlier statement where this movie feels like Halloween, the season, because you hear the dogs in the background, you hear the kids and the chirping here and there. It's completely dark. You don't. It felt like where I used to live was a quiet neighborhood back growing up. You didn't. There wasn't a lot of trick or treaters. We had to go out into like the more we
nicer
had to go
neighborhoods.
back into the more, yeah, exactly. When we where we lived, it was very quiet, and it felt like this, I
Yeah,
loved it.
yeah, and the thing is with this one, you have because you have the company is the bad guy, and you have like what the weapon is, but then you find out who's like behind it. And I will say, I think at least for me, I'm gonna go with the Cochran. Like he looked like someone that Stephen King would have come up with.
Yeah, Cochran's a fascinating character, and I love the actor who plays him. He's one of those actors where I don't know his name, but I've seen him in plenty of things before, and I just love how like not threatening he is, especially like around children. But when you really spend more and more time with him, the cracks start to seep out, and
Mhm.
and you see no, there's a monster underneath this facade.
And then that's what I liked because the movie now went back to the roots of Halloween,
Mm.
Sam Hain.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it was. And they are sacrificing children to Sam Hain. Now, this is the thing. This is where you're going to have to, I guess, because this is your favorite movie. Not favorite, but, up there for you.
Oh yeah.
So Cochran wants to basically get a bunch of kids to put this mask on, send this message, and then kill the kids and kill the parents. But so you sacrifice them. What's going to happen next, though? Because, I mean, you've basically killed a whole bunch of people. People probably are not going to buy your masks. It's a sinister, horrible, because when it was again watching it uninterrupted and seeing the setup for
Yeah.
the guy and the family and the kid putting the mask on, and for Cochran to show Dr. Chalice what's going to happen by testing it on this kid. And I'm like, I completely forgot that like they kill a kid here. Like that literally you watch a kid basically the mask is melting on his face. Yes, it didn't go completely gore. You could have seen it. It doesn't matter.
You don't
You
have
knew
to.
that a
No, you do
child
not
was
have to.
dying, like this thing, he was suffering. And then fucking roaches and all kinds of bugs and snakes start coming out.
Snakes.
Yes, I mean, I I liked that the
The
whole
snake.
entire
Yep.
thing was basically witchcraft, Sam Hain. It gave the movie a little more grounding, especially plan wise, because it made you
Yeah.
understand. Like the only thing I wondered is because some people were replaced as robots. So does he want to turn everybody into robots? Because at that point, everybody's just going to listen to you and nobody's going to buy your shit. So you're not going to have any more money if you kill your, consumers and turn them into actually, you know what? No,
Well,
because then they can go to work like mindless robots and just keep oh, never mind.
I love
Fuck
how
it.
he's a toy
Literally, it
maker.
just fucking came in like it's a brilliant fucking plan.
What is his endgame? He's in a it's a cult. What is any cult's endgame? There is no endgame. The
Power.
cult is just to be destructive, anarchy, chaos. They want to bring in this new age of witchcraft into the world, and he thinks that's his calling. He's got a higher power that he's listening to. We don't know what it is, but
Sam Hain.
when it comes to a cult, yeah, but Sam Hain, yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's not like a guy with a pumpkin mask, giving him orders. You know what I mean? To him, in his mind, no, not you.
Not
In
me.
his mind, though, he's probably talking to Sam Hain, but when you do with cults, there is no real motive. It's just they already got this mentality where to them power is just you know chaos. There is no order. It's just this is the world now. This is the world how it is. There's no rules, nothing. I make the rules. So yes, we don't know what exactly he was going for. They didn't really explain that. He wasn't like this villain that sat there. Well, he kind of was, but he didn't go this far as to just sit there and talk about why he's doing all this. He mentions it here and there, little snippets, but you don't get the full picture. I mean, we don't need it.
So it's left for interpretation, which like I like my
Exactly.
interpretation
Yes.
is that
Yes.
basically in order for him to make himself
See,
rich, he needs to get robots in there.
no, because
Nobody's
of
gonna
you.
notice anything.
Now I'm thinking he's sitting there talking to the guy from fucking Trick or Treat, Sam. Sam Hain.
Him.
He's talking like he's worshiping this motherfucker. Like, oh yes, I'm gonna kill
Oh, the
all his
little.
children, all the family.
Oh, he better make sure he follows the rules though. That's how probably he'll end up dying because he didn't really die either.
Yeah, and think about it too. On the surface, what are they using to act out these atrocities? Fucking commercialism,
Yeah,
marketing. They're
yeah.
targeting children. They're doing subliminal messages. This fucking
That
bam
song.
bam 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 bam. This fucking theme is so like oh my god. And what I
Uh,
love about it the most is that I'm gonna get to this. Not to spend too much time on it, but the bad guys win. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
oh, bro, I'm sorry. People can say, "Well, we didn't actually see." No, no. In my view, the bad guys won,
they
bro.
did
They
because
had that
they
one channel still up, and Dr. Challis was not on time. This guy lost his girl. I mean, everybody was already, fucked up. So yeah, I think it's fair to say the bad guys won, and this movie too. And it's weird because I recently watched it again, and I forgot how gory this movie kind of was, especially when the malfunctioning chip blew that fucking hole in that woman's face, and the fucking what is it, a cockroach? What came out of her? Oh, some insect came out of her, a bee
yeah.
or something. I don't know. Yeah, that was creepy, man. And then the way just her face was just that static shot. That was great.
What's that?
Who cares?
Fuck
Put the
you, Cochran.
and then like
Yeah,
pull
when
up the
that
like you're
guy
saying.
shot.
I'm like,
The guy was like, I'm sorry, no,
well,
no, I
it's
didn't
so
mean it.
that is not shown on AMC. I gotta say,
Oh,
because
bro.
when I saw
Oh,
it
on
last
TV,
night,
you
I'm
mean?
like,
Wait,
I
wait a
was
minute, you
like,
saw it on TV last night?
I've seen it on TV.
You
Meaning
saw,
when I
oh,
say
you
I've
saw it
seen it
now
AMC,
last night you were like,
AMC
oh, I got
last night because it's not the
you
AMC
never saw that
broadcast
head pull?
version.
They ripped
No,
that guy's head clean off, man.
dude, they
How about
twisted
how
it.
about this death though? This soulless villain, man. This guy just comes into the hospital, puts on his black gloves, bro, and he takes his hand, right, and he boop puts his two fingers and jabs them into this poor sucker's eye sockets, bro, and pretty much rearranges his brain What a fucking barbaric kill, bro. That shit was awesome. And what I love about these villains is they are soulless. They
They're
have no
robots.
expressions, no facials, no emotions whatsoever. And they all wearing suits. And I love how Dr. Chalice noticed them when he went to go under, when he went to the actual Silver Shamrock shop, their facilities, and he's like, "Oh shit." And then you see one, then another one pops up, then another. They're coming out of the out of the woodwork. A lot of people again they didn't like this movie because the bad guys wore suits. They're missing the point, unfortunately.
Well, and they were all like, because I think when Chalice killed one of them, he's like, ugh. Yeah, this one was from, and I forget what year he said, but all of them, all the, because they're
Yeah,
basically robots, they're all
exactly.
old, and he's like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this one,
Yeah.
everything. I honestly, y'all should give this movie a chance. Just because it didn't have Michael, but it did have Michael in it. Like, that's the whole thing,
Yeah, but it's
though.
funny because when they did show Michael, as soon as they showed him, Challenge was like, change the channel. That was great.
But there was another scene, and I think it was in the hospital, that on the TV, or actually, no, right before the 9 o'clock, the movie that was being shown was Halloween.
Yeah, he was in the
So
bar.
yeah.
That's what I'm
So
talking about.
right, right. So like in the movie itself, like
Yeah.
it's still connected. I the thought of turning Halloween to an anthology, yes, it would have been different, and you wouldn't have gotten, all your other movies, and probably wouldn't have gotten, the Rob Zombies and the what's his name? Green, right? What the
You
guy who
lost
did
me, man. I don't know what you're
the
talking about.
trilogy, the last Halloween movies.
Oh, I don't know those
But
guys.
whoever,
Don't
yeah,
ask
I
me,
can't remember his
bro.
name now. I know I've
Joseph
tried to forget about
Gordon-Green
him
or some
now.
shit like that.
Something like that. But it's one, Rick. It will be part of my Halloween, like putting it in there.
Dude,
You're
this
right.
movie to me is the best Halloween after one, in my opinion. It's better than two, better than four or five. So you can go down the line. It's better than all the new Halloween, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. In my opinion, this movie, I mean, it has Tom Atkins in it, bro. Come on, man, my man. Also, it's great if you notice his wife was played by Nancy Loomis, another John Carpenter
Yeah, it's
staple from that
Hello, the
era.
Fog and the first
First
Halloween.
Halloween, bro. Yeah, it's come on. Assault on Precinct
And
13.
so
Oh
yeah, and she
man.
was in that one also. Yeah.
What else? And I noticed when he went to when him and Ellie went to get the motel, the room. He sneaks in. He's looking through the fucking book. He leaves $40 for you. $40. Will that cover it? Well, I'm happy with that. Whatever. $40 for a fucking room. Jesus Christ, take me back, bro. You know how much a fucking regular hotel room
Shh.
costs now, bro?
Not that, it's
$40.
not that cheap.
And I
Never
love when
mind.
he's in bed with her. And of course, after after they probably did the deed already, he's like, "Wait a minute, how old are you?"
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I'm old enough. I'm back going, "Mm, you should have checked that ID
I
on that
love
one."
Dr. Chalice. He was awesome, and I love. Oh, bro, this is the scene in this movie. Tell me you did not laugh or you screamed. What? When he's got the mask on his lap and he's tied up, and he got his hands tied, and he's got the mask in his hands, and there's a camera there, and he's like flicks the mask. He just
Oh, oh
the
yeah.
mask perfectly
Perfectly
lands on
lands.
his face. I'm, every even to this day when I see that fucking scene, yes, I
Now,
love shit like that.
and
Bro. It's
mind
so
you that
memorable.
the character's an alcoholic, so he probably had, he's might be suffering the shakes, because he's not drinking as much as he used to.
And his
So to
wife
be
always
able
got
to,
on him. Are you
yeah, to be able
drunk?
to pitch that,
No, no, I'm not drunk.
so the shakes
Yeah,
wasn't
good
helping on
show,
that
good
one.
show.
Yeah,
You're
no,
right.
because like I said, when you're like, think about, I mean, if y'all didn't see the episode for what we did for the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I'm putting makeup on and my hands are shaking. I couldn't even do a straight line. I
You
can't
didn't even have to
imagine.
say that. You put makeup on today. What are you talking about?
Well, even well, no, today
The
was a little bit
fuck?
easier. This is a little bit easier than what I
Rocky
did that
Horror was
night.
a long ass time ago. Yo, bro, tell me. Hold on. How awesome was it? And this is another detail I found later when as I got older. How the movie came full circle. It starts with that guy when he was fucking, he was fucking, running it for his fucking life. And then at the end of the film, right, he runs into the gas station, and the same
Station.
the gas attendant is there. This time it's Dr. Challis now. Now he's the maniac coming in. I need help. I need help. I need a phone. Whatever. That little full circle moment. The movie begins with this guy running, and it ends with Tom Atkins' character running.
It's still
Very
showing
good.
you that the bad guys won.
And watch. All witches, all skeletons, all jack-o'-lanterns.
The third commercial, it's still on, please. Take off the third channel, it's still running. Stop it, please, for God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time. You've got to, please, stop it now, turn it off. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, my only nitpick, I just don't like the ending, like the laser show, man. Like when Chochran was taken out. I don't know, all like the lights and you know me, man. I like practical stuff, and I know it's movies still got some sci-fi elements sprinkled in there. That's not for me. I always, even to this day, bro. That's the one stain this movie has is that I hated that. I'm pretty sure John Carpenter probably feels the same. I probably could have. I would have done
that
it
one a little better.
if I got the second chance. But this movie, it felt like a John Carpenter film. He wrote the screenplay. He did he did this tremendous fucking score. So underrated. This movie has such an underrated soundtrack. But everything about this movie, 1982, I think, is the year on this. But it's dope. That's all I gotta say, man. It's fucking dope. I love this movie.
All right, so we are coming down to basically the last three. Wait, we got Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving. Yep, last three holidays for holiday horror. If the studios don't drop Thanksgiving 2, then that episode, you won't see it, guys. It won't be our fault. It's because the studio
Are they
didn't drop
making it right now?
It's supposed to be, from
They're
what I
filming now for this year.
I
don't
thought it
think
was
it's coming
done.
out this
Yeah,
year.
I
No
thought it was
way.
done. It's supposed to be released next
My
month.
man, Eli Roth. Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
and he doesn't. I mean, his stuff. He doesn't like waste a whole lot of time. He gets his in there, gets his shit done
Yeah.
quick, gets the editing. So
Cool. All right.
it's supposed to. I haven't seen any trailers. I don't know if they're just waiting to drop it on, but that should be the next one. If not, it's going to be Black Christmas. No, we're not going to do the OG. It's going to be the 2006
Listen,
one.
I tell you what, man. If it's not, we're doing Thanksgiving, bro. We're doing Night of the Chicken Den, bro.
That's going to be our Brains and Brews.
I'm kidding. I don't really
Oh.
think that's not even a Thanksgiving film, bro.
Oh, I was going to say, but that is our Brains and Brews
it? I
one. So
don't
you'll
know.
have to look. Yeah, no, I put that out there for us. And then,
All right,
obviously,
one way or another, you will see Poultrygeist.
yes, it's going to be coming. And then obviously we're going to be ending the year with New Year's Evil. So thank you for watching the episode. Make sure to hit subscribe, hit that follow, check out our live streams on Thursdays, check out our live streams on Sundays. And Ricky, any last words before I
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And remember, every fucking holiday, the family, it's a fucking horror. Peace.
Hey, Chochran! Fuck you!
Shh, easy.
It's all right. Don't matter to me.